everybody. Brandon Jones here. I got Kyle Bossman.
I love turtles.
And I got Daniel Bloodworth.
Hey.
And we like turtles. We like trailers. We like trailers with turtles in them.
Mm-hmm.
Turtles trailer very well, I think. We've had a Michael Bay film that was good or bad, depending on who you ask. But the trailers were pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We've had lots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games in the past. Some okay, some pretty darn good. But I think you can sell the turtles very well. And they be selling the turtles today. We got a new trailer, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan.
Great title.
Not just the Teenage Mutants, but other mutants. There's mutants all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
This is a new debut. This is something people reach out to me on social media. They wanted to score. Here it comes.
Patience is the greatest virtue of a conqueror.
Turtles, Platinum Games. Are you excited, Kyle Bossman?
Absolutely.
Just that's the press release. There's no text or anything. It's just a headline.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of hype has been building for this just because it's sort of, leaked out a little bit.
Do you think maybe the Transformers game killed some hype with that game reviewing? Okay.
No.
It's kind of an average scores, I think, across the board.
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, I feel like Turtles is way more like in line with the kind of, stuff that Platinum's done that's done really well, like Turtles are way more similar to Bayonetta than Transformers are. So, I think that they have less design challenges to overcome there.
Though I think it's probably the same shading engine.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this just like a string that Platinum's going to do now? I know we should be talking about the trailer more, but
Sure.
They're just going to keep just going like brand by brand through our 90s childhood. And
Please,
just like,
by all means.
Everything. Sounds like a dream, huh?
Yeah. I'm curious what their deal with Activision is, because these have all come so back to back, they almost feel like they came in a package. I'm curious if any of them in particular takes off, if they'll go down that route, or if or they'll just kind of juggle them as Activision sees fit.
I came into this pretty lukewarm. I grew up with the Turtles. I wouldn't consider myself a Turtle mega fan. I saw the first film in the theaters like the day it came out, so I love the Turtles. But my fandom has kind of been at a distance over the years.
I had that cassette tape.
You had that cassette tape.
That's the soundtrack on cassette.
Oh, you had the soundtrack. Oh, back in the day. Do you still have that?
Yeah, somewhere.
We might need that music. You never know.
And then the VHS. And then it was, for whatever reason, I bought the soundtrack again on CD.
Are you talking about like TURTLE Power?
I used to annoy the radio station guy, ask him to play that song.
That is so funny, Blood. That is hilarious.
This trailer made me happy.
Yeah.
I think this trailer does a lot of things well in just getting you generally hyped on the Turtles. One thing I didn't necessarily like about the trailer, if I just say like one negative about it, I could have used a little more humor. I like that it starts off super serious in the beginning. One of my favorite things about it actually is it sets up the context of like that this all takes place in one night. So it's like one of the Arkham games. Not only the one night, the night the Foot Clan comes out, then the Shredder reveals himself. Then it's like, wow, all of this stuff happens in one night. I think that's great. Especially if you're going to do a video game in an established universe, just throw the kitchen sink in there, man. Just do everything. Don't, try to set up a franchise. I think that'll just naturally happen if the game is successful enough. If this might be your only shot, this is the only shot Platinum has to touch the Turtles, why wouldn't they want to have, Bebop and who's the other guy?
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady. Why not have all of these characters in there, throw Shredder in, throw all these crazy villains. The way that they kind of set up these villain fights, the way they tease the shark fin before he jumps out and fights, the Turtles, makes me even wonder, what other villains are in there.
I think I saw another one briefly. I forget what his name is. He's like General something.
I'm sure there's lots of teaser stuff in there. I would love to point that stuff out, but like I said, I'm not a huge Turtles fan. I love the hits on when it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, that. That's hype right there. That just really sets up, not only that these are characters people are familiar with. It's exciting that this game is even happening, but it is a pretty ridiculous name for a brand. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a lot of letters in there for something that has become as popular as this is. So I enjoy that opportunity of having all of those words, to just hit on each one of them. We think we've gone through the main action part of the trailer, but they have a little extra, a little cherry on the sundae right at the end there, building up and actually seeing more of these boss fights. I love the look right before Rocksteady comes smashing out of the subway when I think it's Leonardo's in front, we're gonna get the slow-mo of their reactions.
Yeah.
I love Mikey's line, which is again, I wish I had a little more Mikey, just one cutaway to him doing something silly. Just to show that this isn't the end all be all. This is fun. This is the origin of the Turtles. Everybody makes it out of this fight alive. This is the beginning of everything. But just the energy and the attitude of this put a smile on my face, and I wasn't expecting that going into it. I think by the time it ended, I was like, wow, we saw a lot of stuff there. I'm pretty sold. I think I was sold on the Transformers game from playing it. I played it at Comic-Con and really enjoyed it. And then when it came out, I just didn't have time for it. But like, this might be something I make time for. What about you, Kyle?
I love this trailer. I think there's a lot of really good things about this trailer that people could take note of. One, the premise laying, like you said, is fantastic. We know what this game is about. Like, yeah, the game has a strong premise, but this trailer communicates it almost immediately. And then the reveal of Shredder, he looks dope, of course, but they show Shredder at the right time in the trailer. And it's that. It's paced so well, it escalates so well. Gameplay, we see us playing the characters. You know what I mean? We see their combination attacks and things like that. It demonstrates what this game will look like, what it will play like, what it's about, what we'll see, and all of it is exciting. Titles I want to say something about. No stupid slogan. It's from Platinum Games comes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is all the words that are on this trailer. That's perfect.
Nice.
That's really good. There's no pre-order now at the end. It just says coming this summer. Voice acting is very good. Thank you for accentuating it. I'm into it. I'm really, really into it.
I enjoy it a lot. I love the humor in there. Some of the stuff that like bugs me is more stuff with the game. Like I'm not 100% down with Shredder's voice and design, but then like it kind of moves past that, and there's not so much to worry about. I love them showing the faces and the animation on the faces, because I think it shows that there's like a lot more work put into that this may not be like a budget game, quote unquote, that there's definitely some time put into that, some time being put into some character and some story there. I am a little bit bummed that this is like the music is clearly like random stock trailer music.
It does feel it is generic, which I think is why it surprised me near the end. Is it does feel like a generic just introduction trailer. Maybe I don't know enough about the Turtles to know why this trailer in particular got the Turtles treatment, quote unquote. And by all accounts, I kind of expect action games like this to have kind of generic trailers. It's like, just show me some combat, throw a couple lines in there, logo at the end, done. And I feel it does better than that, but like you're saying, the music pick, all of the dialogue. Like, to me, April's line doesn't do anything.
Right.
It's like they've set up Shredder's like, this is it, we're going to destroy everything, and then she's like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. It's like, well, Shredder said that.
No. I love the April part. Yes. Okay. Here's why. I think the voice actor is crushing it, and because you can tell that April is emoting when she says "real bad."
This is bad, guys. Really, really bad.
It does make the scene more serious.
You get Splinter in the background, which you need. You tease him real quickly.
I gotta say, I really like that part. It's probably the voice actor's job. What she did is really good. But yeah, I think it's good. It helps set the tone. I defend it.
Better than Megan Fox, I'll tell you that much. No question in my mind.
Yeah, so but going back to the music thing, I just feel like, I feel like they had an opportunity to set the tone with their own music. And so I'm still not entirely sure like what their music tonally will be like because again, maybe I'm wrong, but this just seems like, here's trailer music, we'll use this thing that we found.
One thing that I also maybe would have liked, and again, this might be super nitpicky, but just because we're dealing with Platinum, a lot of games have very simple combat systems, but their characters can do really cool moves, especially if you have different characters, and you really want to show off just those cool, awesome moves, make the camera move as much as you can, get as much enemy variety in there, change the environment as much as you can. So like the combat shots that we see in this are very brief. We only see moves like really quickly. Maybe that's smart for like the first time we're seeing the gameplay. Like tease us, let us be expecting more in like future gameplay videos. I would have liked one or two more shots to actually show the gameplay, like maybe show how the Turtles work together, maybe show some of the moves a little more elaborately, because I know they are much deeper than your average Yaiba or something, like some other action game, which they're just going to show as much gore or flashy effects as they can to cover the fact that like the combat's really not that deep. It's really just all about these super moves, and because we just get the super moves in this, or just really quick shots of basic combat. I don't know, I want a little bit more. Is that crazy? Is it just me? Like, is this enough?
This is
for a Platinum
enough.
game? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variety, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Which is why I will give it 8.5. I think it's pretty darn good. It does feel just a little bit, it has a genericness about it, which is why I wouldn't put it up in the 9 category. But how you feeling, Kyle?
Not generic. 9.3 is how I feel about it.
A not generic 9.3.
Gosh, I really like You had a lot riding against you with this, what your material was, and I just think that the edit, the cut of this trailer, you nailed it. You made this game sing, and I think it's just a wonderful video game trailer.
I have a little bit lower than you, Brandon, at 8.3. I enjoy it quite a bit. I do feel like there's a couple of things to take away from it from me, but I think it's pretty good for a debut. Definitely has me feeling positive to actually play this game, see how it goes.
8.7, that sounds positive.
Yeah.
I think we're all pretty fired up.
Trailer of the year so far.
Trailer of the year so far. Congratulations to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. Oh man, if this is open world.
No,
Oh boy.
probably not.
But the maps were pretty big in Transformers, and it all takes place in one environment. I'm not saying you can like go in the sewers and into the buildings and stuff like that, but I see them like flying around and stuff. I'm getting too excited.
Yeah, I don't want to get into trailer analysis or too much like that side, but like you can see collectibles on top of the rails and stuff, Brandon. There's at least some 3D exploration.
And I think that one shot is really interesting of them flying, just like
Yeah.
soaring around the skylines of New York. Hopefully they didn't spoil too much. Hopefully there's more enemies, more levels, more fun stuff to see from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But they're kicking it off with a bang. I think people wanted us to score this because they like it too, and so do we. 8.7 the aggregate score. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bud. We should have brought 4 people in for this.
Yeah,
Should have been a 4-person trailer score.
Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah, thanks, Mikey. Thank you for watching. See you next episode.